Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a relook at the best 6 brawlers in the meta right now. So a couple of weeks ago I did this video, but that was when the balance changes just dropped, so I wasn't entirely sure on what the meta completely was. That was kind of like a first look into the meta, but now I've got a really good idea. Been scrimming a lot, been playing a lot of Power League, so I feel like this is going to be a really accurate list. So before we jump into today's video, make sure you're using the creator code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so starting the video off with the 6th best brawler in the game right now, we have Fang. So I feel like Fang is insanely underrated right now. I know a lot of people probably don't even have Fang or don't have him maxed out, but inside of scrims right now, Fang is popping off. He is so good with his star power, which gives you back your super whenever you get a kill. And I just feel like the ability just to pop off and chain your super onto multiple people is just absolutely insane. It's really hard to actually counter a Fang as well once he has that super. And again, once people learn how to play Fang and obviously play to his strengths, he's going to be absolutely insane. I don't think many brawlers actually counter him in this meta. I thought there's a few other brawlers I could actually put. You can see that I'm spamming my super a little bit too fast. I just super it into the wall. I got a little bit excited there. But also, I was going to put Bell as number 6. I feel like Bell and Fang probably are joint 6th, I would say. But Bell is always in like the top 6 in the meta. I feel like you guys probably know that already. So yeah, went with the Fang. Again, it can take a little bit of a while to get used to. His first super can be pretty hard to actually get, so that's why it's very important not to waste a super. So I kind of feel like this brawler reminds me a bit like Edgar and Darryl, how you have to like play passive and wait for your super, and then you get your super and then you should just pop off. So just going to charge into a BB should be an easy free kill for me, and then I should be able to get into this Griff's range as well. Unfortunately, Griff is just going to absolutely melt us because we are a tank. But again, as I said, there's multiple maps right now, especially in a competitive rotation where Fang just carries. He like 1v3s. It's insane how strong Fang is in the right hands, especially on heist maps. I've been seeing a lot of Fang in maps like Bridge Too Far, on maps like Safe Zone, where again, like a Fang can just completely dominate, especially if I have like a Rico, Colt, Piper, you know, the generic Safe Zone comp. That Fang's just going to destroy them. Again, in Bridge Too Far, you could just super like up the map, but like immediately it's so broken. And then even on some hot zone maps as well, Fang, I think of like Parallel Plays, for example, can just dash all the way through and create like an easy opportunity. But that's going to be this 6th best brawler. Let's hop into number 5. Alright guys, so jumping into the 5th best brawler in the game right now, we still have Spike. So Spike is absolutely insane right now. You can pretty much go with Spike near enough everywhere and you're going to be having a good time. I'd probably avoid him a little bit more so on the grassy maps. I know playing center stage right now, but there's obviously other brawlers that probably provide better value out of the speed gear than Spike. But other than that, Spike just really strong across everything. He can counter so many different brawlers in the game right now, so a very strong brawler to have. So especially, as I said, in Power League, there's so many people that have a maxed out Spike. They just tend to insta-lock him a lot of the time, especially with Curveball. It can just be so annoying for the enemy to deal with. So it looks like we're kind of getting cornered here by the Mortis. I don't think he's going to be able to score here. Nice from our Mortis. Okay, Frank's got super. He's going to be able to score that. Surely he's going to be able to score. Okay, somehow he's not able to score that. But as I was saying, the same kind of story with Spike. Nothing's really changed about him. I would like for a small balance change to happen for him. Like, I just feel he does maybe a bit too much damage, or his gadget tanks a little bit too much. Just like his small tweak would be like perfect for me. I know, again, you can kind of counter Spike a little bit easily sometimes, like especially if you use like a high HP brawler that can get onto him pretty quickly, like a Darryl, for example, or like a thrower can counter him because he's squishy. But as I said, it's just one of those brawlers that can easily be picked all the time in Power League. That's why he's so high. So it's actually heal here, so don't get clapped by the Mortis. Looks like our Mortis and Colt are pretty much carrying us here. Should be able to walk that in pretty easily. So also let me know down in the comment section below what videos you want to see from me. I've got a few videos actually planned. I've got a few bangers on the way. I might do a tier list because I've got a feeling that there might be some balance changes pretty soon. I'm not entirely sure, but as I said, I want to do like a tier list, want to do like a balance change video. There's like 3 or 4 ideas I've got in the pipeline, so make sure you're subscribed and notice turned on so you don't miss out on anything. But right now we're kind of vibing, just spamming our Spike shots. That's one thing I like about Spike. Sometimes when I'm on like autofocus mode, I just spam my shots like crazy. I don't even have to worry about where I'm aiming for the most part with Curveball. I know for the most part I'm going to be able to hit the shots. So unfortunately Mortis isn't able to grab the ball and they somehow score. So 20 seconds left to try and grab a winner here, which doesn't look very likely, especially with a Poco combined with the Frank. But we get the slow onto the Frank as well. But one thing I actually love about Spike, which is probably the most underrated thing about him, is on certain maps, like I just love his super, being able to zone off certain parts of the map. I can think of maps like Duel and Beetles, for example. You can literally zone off an entire lane with his super and just get so much insane value out of it. That's one of the reasons why I love him so much, because of his zoning ability. But that's going to be 2 losses in a row there, but that's going to be the 5th strongest brawler in the game. Let's hop into number 4. Alright guys, so jumping into the 4th strongest brawler in the meta right now, we have Leon. So Leon right now in Power League is absolutely insane. He's first picked so many times on so many different maps and modes. So the one game mode in particular, like Bounty for example, is like the first pick in Layer Cake, the first pick in Dry Season. He's an insane pick in Shooting Star. He's so good on a lot of different Brawl maps as well. Like even on the grassy maps like Sneaky Fields, I'm seeing teams go Leon first pick basically all of the time. He's such a strong brawler in this meta. And yeah, as I said, definitely a brawler you want to be maxing out straight away. I feel like a lot of people have already maxed out Leon or got close to him because he's like a fan favorite. Everyone loves Leon. I know Leon's one of my favorite brawlers as well, but he's very, very OP right now. So if I were you guys, definitely get on to maxing him because he's so strong currently in the kind of draft meta. So we should be able to take the Darryl down. I can cycle my super as well, and that's just the best thing about him. Like you can even use like the speed gear with the Invisi-Heal, and it just pairs so well. He's such a good assassin. There's not many brawlers that can actually kind of counter him. I feel like Darryl is actually one of the best counters to him because of his high HP and his quick DPS, but other than that, there's not really a ton of Leon counters. He can always provide good value if played correctly. So this should be an easy walk-in. Leon going to be the 4th best brawler in the game right now. Let's hop into number 3. Alright guys, so jumping into the 3rd best brawler in the game right now, we have Byron. So nothing has really changed about Byron. He's still absolutely broken in this meta. The main reason being, like I'm kind of basing this mainly off the Power League format, but because he synergizes with pretty much every single brawler in the game, the synergies he can create is just so strong. And for the most part, people are just first picking him again because he doesn't really get countered so much. And like every single brawler can work well with Byron. So that's why you see him being used quite a fair bit, especially with his taps as well. You can tap literally 3 times. You get your super, you can push up. And the majority of brawlers in the game, when you get them, when you tap them like once or twice, you can easily finish him off with his super. So really, really strong. Just overall, really broken brawler right now. So definitely recommend like maxing him out, trying to get him up as much as possible. It will help you a lot when it comes to Power League because again, you can easily just pick him whenever you want, and he's going to be a strong brawler, and learning him is just going to be insane for your competitiveness because he's literally at the peak of the meta in Brawl Stars right now. So should be able to get the splashes. So Rico's going to be like one shot. We can splash him and then tap him. It's just insane the amount of cycles you can do with his super. Nice pop off from the Fang. So that's what I'm talking about with Fang. Like it may not be completely like the best brawler in 1v1s as well, but just his ability to just completely change the game with his super is just insane. Once you get the right cycle of supers, he's near enough unstoppable. So you can see there, Grom 1v3, and that is just absolutely painful right there. It's so damn bad. But one thing as well I would like to say about Power League is on a lot of maps as well, it can be good just to leave like the mid pick because of you can go like the likes of Byron or Bell. It doesn't sometimes matter which brawler you go. Okay, apologies, Agato glitched right there, so we didn't manage to actually score a goal. We can just get the heals with the Fang, and it was just nice a walk in. But as I was saying about Bell is that in like the mid role you can have both, well you can have either of the brawlers. To be honest, I know Byron's probably the better, but for the most part, if people don't get the Byron in the team, you can just go to Bell. So that's also a quick note for Power League. But that is going to be the 3rd best brawler in the game right now. Let's hop into number 2. Alright guys, so jumping into the 2nd best brawler in the game right now, it is Darryl. He is absolutely crazy broken right now. For a lot of the parts in Power League, I'll just pick him like as a first pick. Even though Darryl can like get countered by a few brawlers, it's just still insane. Like the pressure he can have, his roll, like hardly any brawlers can kill Darryl once he rolls in. He's just, as I said, so broken across literally every single game mode, and near enough every single map is going to be so strong. So we're going to use our roll again. We'll get the double bounce onto Primo. We basically cycle our roll straight away, and that should be an easy goal. So yeah, Darryl, I absolutely love Darryl in the meta. I believe it's a little bit too toxic. They should probably nerf either his first kind of roll damage reduction, like 9% is a lot, maybe like 80%, 70%, or just nerf his star power. So he's a little bit too strong for me, but Darryl meta is vibes. I absolutely love this brawler. So strong on like Brawl. I've just made so many plays in the scrims where I've just got the ball and just roll past like 3 of them, made a play. I just love that element of Darryl, and I wish he doesn't get removed from the meta because he hasn't been meta for a long time, so he deserves his little bit of spotlight. So again, we're just going to keep rolling in for the most part as well. I'll just suicide in, like there'll be like 3 people. I'll just roll in. I know I'm going to get like a couple of them weak, and then that allows my teammates to then push up and finish the kills. So I just love his kind of aggressive nature. Definitely a fun brawler to play. So well, the boss just gives us a ball back there. I was supposed to try and knock him off the ball and get the ball, but he just passes me the ball anyways. So that's going to be the second best brawler in the game right now. Let's hop into number 1. All right, guys, so the best brawler in the game right now, it is PSG Shelly. Of course, PSG Shelly. Of course, no, it's not going to be PSG Shelly. It's going to be Grom. Like, are you guys surprised by this at all? Grom, the best brawler in the game, is absolutely insane. So, on my video a couple of weeks ago, again, like that was the first look at the meta. I thought the nerfs might have done a little bit to him, but they have done a tiny bit to him, and still he's going to be like the best brawler in the game. He's nerfed pretty much every single time in Power League. Whenever they have a first pick in scrims, is near enough banned all the time. So there is an exception, like there are a few maps where you can actually counter him. There are a few ways to counter Grom because of how long it takes to get his super, and I believe it's 7 hits to get his super, but as I said, he's still so strong. He's near enough uncounterable on most modes. And yeah, if you don't get that first pick, well, if you forget to ban out Grom and then they've got the Grom themselves, it can be so painful to deal with because of how toxic he is, like 1v3 all the time. So yeah, he's super strong. You know, I'm feeling like there's going to be another nerf to Grom because of how strong he is. His pick rate alone should just tell a story as to how strong he is in the meta. Broom's going to jump in here. We should be able to get the knockback on him, steal the ball off him, and again, that's just another OP thing about him. Unfortunately, I'm kind of not popping it off as much as I would like because, again, there are ways to counter him. Like, a lot of aggressive brawlers can counter him in the meta, so that's one thing to definitely be aware of, but he's just so strong in the right hands. He can easily pop off. He's going to be so OP for so many different people, so we should be able to get this poker as well. It's actually really satisfying. Like, his super's just done broken, but it is really satisfying when you knock like multiple people, when you snipe someone across the map with his super. It is definitely fun to play as a Grom, but definitely not fun to be on the receiving end of it. So we're going to use a super onto the Rico. Doesn't quite get him down. I think I actually missed that one, but with that speed, that's actually kind of countering us a little bit, but I feel like we're actually going to lose this game because we've got a Brock on the team. He's pretty much useless against this composition. Pretty much going to jump in. He pretty much misses that one. But yeah, the only thing about Grom, which I feel like he actually gets countered, is the aggressive brawlers, because he doesn't have exactly like the fastest reload speed, right? So he can get caught out sometimes with his reload speed. But other than that, he's near enough uncounterable. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of my ranking. But yeah, that's going to be it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.